Howard Schultz is the second most divisive potential candidate this cycle behind Trump politics. Schultz falls behind Ohio Senior Sherrod Brown. Schultz was tied with Bloomberg for those who said they were not. The number of people ruling him out at this point might be especially frustrating for Schultz, who is in the midst of a public tour pushing a possible run. He's a former Democrat. Schultz also had low name recognition. Almost half of Americans, 46%, had never heard of him, 13% had a favorable opinion, and 22% who saw him as unfavorable. Just 4% in the poll said they were very likely to support Schultz in the 2020 race, and another 16% said they were somewhat likely to support him. But there is also indication that Democrats may not be correct with their concerns. Schultz could take votes away from their candidate that should he be on the ballot for the general election in November 2020. The poll suggests men, white Americans, and those who approve of the job Trump is doing as president are the most likely to say they'll support Schultz if he runs in 2020. Those who were least likely to say they'll support a Schultz run were Democrats, 15% very or somewhat likely, women 16%, and non-white Americans 16%. Independents are one of the groups who are slightly more likely to support Schultz's bid for president, but they don't necessarily see him in a positive light. 22%. The was conducted by SSRS January 30 through February 2 among a random national sample of 1,011 adults reached on landlines or cell phones by a live interviewer. Results for the full
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.